survive this morning. All right, can you hear the music with me over the top? Give me a thumbs up. It's quite quiet, sort of gradually building. Oh, hang on. It helps if I press the right buttons to share the music. Here we go. You hear it now? Hey. All right, so we're going to start with some mobilization for our neck. So if you can draw your chin down, bring it to your chest, breathe in and look up. Exhale and tuck. Press your chin down, eye gaze looking up. And then use your hands just here on the back of your head and apply a little bit of pressure just to increase the feeling of stretch. Let's do that again. Eye gaze up. And then chin down and apply a little bit of pressure. We're just going to do the same to the side. So release the hands and let your head drop. And then release. And same side. Allow your head to drop. And release. And let's do that again, but this time with the hand. Just apply gentle pressure by the ear. And a little bit of pull. Breathe in. And let's do that again. So breathe out and a gentle pull. Let's give that a go on the other side. So let your head drop. And to the middle. And do it again. And then using the hand and a gentle pull. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alrighty, let's roll the shoulders. And we're going to do a little bit of tightrope walking today. So as we roll the shoulders, let's see if we can place one foot behind the other. And then do it again in the opposite direction. We'll do them forwards and backwards. And then if you like, try the next level where we do it up on our tiptoes. Good test of balance. You can get right up onto your tiptoes. Let's go wide with the arms. We're going to roll the knee in and out. Think about posture, so lengthening up through the crown of the head, in and out. And let's switch to the other leg. In and out. And can you make that bigger? And final one. And we're going to go wide with the legs, softening the knees, and just let the tailbone hang down as we twist, look behind. So notice what you can see behind each way. See if you can go just that little bit further round, keeping the lower half still. The upper part is doing the moving. And then sort of throwing it away. So we go down and up, swing down and up. So still with that twisting, looking behind. And last one each way. Keeping the toes turned out. Now we're going to drop into a plie, keeping the body upright, and try and aim your knees in the same direction as your little toes. Let's do it again. Adding some arms, take them wide, and we're going to hold down for 3, 2, 1, and release. And do it again. We're going to hold 3, 2, 1, and release. Taking the arms higher if you like. We're going to bring the back of the wrists together. And then open. And 2 more. Hold for 3. And final one. Okay, good job. So let's come down onto the mat. We're going to move down onto our backs. So tucking under with the tailbone. keeping the head on the floor for first level. For second level, we had some curl, lengthening up through the spine. And for third level, we add a reach through the legs and a hold. Can you do 2 more at your level of choice? So final one. And then from here, we're gonna take the arms wide, bring the knees across and take the arms away from the knees, reaching the fingers. Opening the arms out, bringing the knees up and over to the other side, reaching the arms in the other direction. Let's do that again, bringing the knees up and over, reaching out. And again, up and over. And reaching. One more on each side. So, final one. Alrighty, so I'd like to use a cushion as we move into doing our shoulder bridge. You can do it with your feet flat on the floor, or having a cushion between the knees or something wobbly under your feet for more advanced, like a foam roller or a ball. And we're going to curl the tailbone under, squeeze the bottom as we hold, 2, 3, and then imprint middle back, lower back to come down. So let's do that again. Tilt the tailbone under, squeeze the bottom as we hold, and then imprint middle back, lower back to come down. Let's do it again as we curl up. This time we're going to hold and push the feet down into the floor. Imprinting. Let's do that again. So curling up, we're going to hold at the top, push the feet down. This time we're hovering the arms. We're going to take the arms up over the top of the head, touch the thumbs down behind you. That's it. And then bring the arms back in and peel down bit by bit. Let's do that again. So tilt the tailbone under, squeeze at the top. So if you like, adding in the arms, so we reach over the top of the head, thumbs touching the ground, and moving back in, imprinting. Let's do it again. Curling under, squeeze the bottom, push downwards through your feet. Now squeeze the cushion quite firmly between your knees as you do the arms. We're going to do that twice more. So stay with it. Good squeeze in the glutes to help strengthen around the legs there. And we're going to do that one more time. Holding at the top. Good squeeze of the cushion. Alrighty, so let's rest off. And from here, we're going to come up to standing and move into a yoga-based hamstring stretch. So we'll use the edges of the mat to get the alignment with the feet. So think of your foot being parallel with the edges of the mat like that. So lining that up and then squaring up through the hips. We're going to lean it with both hands, just applying a gentle pressure here on this front thigh. Notice my back has gone into a sort of flat back pose. So try and let your tailbone sort of lift that way, and a bit of softness in the knees, particularly if you have a bit of trouble with the knees there. And then we're going to go into a long lunge. So we're going to bring our hands down, take the back leg away, bend into the front leg, palms flat down, eye gaze looking forwards, breathe. And then from here, we're going to bring our outside hand to the floor and elongate the top arm up. Deep breath, allow the hips to sort of sink down. And then bringing that top hand back down. We're going to bring that back foot. So we use the edges of the mat to line up, and we'll come back to where we started with the hamstring Stretch here with the flat back pose. Okay, so softening the knees to come up, and let's give that a go on the other side. So you line the edges of your feet up. We're going to lean into it, opening the chest. Breathe. Alrighty, can you bring your hands down? Take the foot back. Eye gaze looking ahead, with your shoulders away from your ears. I'm going to bring the outside hand in, turn with the top arms, so we reach up, breathe. And from here, we're going to bring our top hand back down, and let's go quite wide with our feet. Now, it's up to you how wide you go. Do what feels safe and appropriate, but a little bit of a push. So feet open, walking your hands in towards the middle of your legs. Allow your head to drop. And just have a little look at the world from a different view. Deep breath. Okay, so we're going to tune into some Pilates mat work next. So if you could come down onto your back, and we'll have 3 different levels. So we've got the fingertips in the curve of the lower back for level 1. Keeping imprinted into the hands as you lift and you lower your leg. So once you've mastered the ability to keep that good pressure on your hands, then we move over time to level 2, bringing one knee up as the other leg comes down. Point your toes as you do it. Level 3, straight legs, making sure we've got that good pressure on the hands before we take ourselves up through the levels. Reaching through the toes. Can you point your toes quite firmly? Check in with the feet. How are they feeling today? Last couple. I made it out for a 6:30 a.m. swim this morning. Feeling very virtuous. It was lovely. All right, let's bring the knees up towards the chest. First swim I've done in a while where I haven't had a 4-year-old on my back. Okay, so next up, we're going to do a little bit of circling like this with the knees. Just a really simple, nice way of just massaging the lower back against the ground. If it's feeling a bit niggly, nice little massage that you can do. Let's reverse and go back in the opposite direction. Alrighty, so from here we're going to roll up to seated. Now, if you find it tricky to get up and down off the floor like that, then use a band under your feet. So if you hook your band underneath your feet and use that to lever yourself down and back up. Level 2, we'll do it with our hands free like this. And then for next level, much more advanced, we'll do what I call the under-over curls. So we're going to bring the stick over the head. So the arms are sort of back by the ears. And then we do that little scoop with the legs. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the lift. So choose a level that feels doable, a bit of a challenge. And we do that 4 more times. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the lift. So last couple. Let's do one more. Alrighty, and when you're done, if you can bring your right knee to your chest like this and take your other leg away long. So sacroiliac Stretch coming up. We'll bring the foot to the floor. Press with the knee down. We'll leave the other arm trailing with the hand just above the shoulder. Pressing the shoulder down. Pressing the knee down. Breathing into your belly. As you breathe out, press the knee down, press the shoulder down. And do that again. Pressing down. Our sacroiliac joint, kind of where the top of the buttock and the lower back meet, common site of tension. So good to stretch these out on a regular basis. Let's give that a go on the other side. So knee up and across. Foot to the floor, use the hand to press the knee down, trailing the arm just above the shoulder line. That's it, and pushing down. Breathe into your belly. As you breathe out, pressing down. And let's do it again. Last one. I know when my back was quite bad, sometimes you can end up in that bit of vicious circle where it hurts to kind of move, but actually, you know, and often we'll avoid moving, but actually the way to get it better is to do the exercises regularly. So let's come up to standing, and we're going to use a stick next. If you'd like a drink, now's a good time for a stop. Okay, so we're going to do some lunge stretching next. So if you can find your stick and just pop it along your back. We want the knuckles and lower back together as we take our feet wide. So quite a big stride. If you need to hold on to something, then pop one hand on a chair or on a wall. We're going to wriggle the back foot away as we sink down. Breathing in as we lift and exhale as we lower. So see if you can get this front thigh parallel to the ground as you hold the stretch. Let's do that again. Coming up and then drop, and this time keeping that thigh leg bent as we straighten the back leg away. So just holding this one a little bit longer. Notice if your hips turned backwards, can you rotate your hip forward? And then let's release and give that a go on the other side. So if we turn, swap the arms around, wriggle the back foot away so we're up on tiptoe on the back foot. We want that nice big stride. Leaning back against the stick as we come down. Inhaling and lifting. Exhaling and lowering. So just leaning back into the stick. Can we get this front thigh parallel as we hold the stretch? And let's give that another go. So coming down, down, hold, keep pushing the back of the head into the stick. And then can we straighten out the back leg, keeping the knuckles, the lower back together. And let's release and give the legs a bit of a shake out there. Okay, good job. So moving into mat work again. So if you can pop down onto your back, some more Pilates mat work. Alrighty, so down onto our backs again. Same technique applies in terms of putting your belly button muscle in. We're going to extend the leg, tap down, keeping the belly button in, and we'll coordinate opposite arm away from the leg and switch to the other side for level 1. Level 2, once you've mastered that over time, we'll do knees like this at 90 degrees and try and get your knee directly above your hip there. Level 3, we're going to do it with the feet directly above the hip. So straight leg. Flexing the feet and then pointing through the toes. So we flex and then point. Can we do that 4 more times? And then from here, we're going to bend the knees and we'll roll over onto our front. We're going to mix up some cobras with our yoga downward dog. So if you can, separate your hands so they're just slightly wider than your shoulders. Weight your hips down. Press your pubic bone into the floor. Try to keep good contact with the pubic bone on the ground as you lift your upper body, chin up, squeeze your bottom, and then lower back down. Let's do that again. So pubic bone on the floor, squeeze your bottom and push the heel of your hand, chin up. Let's do that again. So press the pubic bone down, squeeze the bottom. We're going to lift and hold. 3, 2, 1, and then lowering and transitioning to our downward dog. So you can either go to your knees or do it to your toes. So we lift into our downward dog. So we're going to hold it here. Press down with the heels, push out with the heels, lifting the bottom up in the air. And then you can either transition from your toes using your arms, or you could maybe try it like this into a plank position. And then lower to the ground and lift into the cobra. So chin up. We're going to hold the cobra for 3, 2, 1. So 3 different options. Either you can come up to your knees, or you can do it plank, arm to knee, or you can do it from your hands and your toes, more advanced. So choose your level, finding the downward dog again. Breathe. Let's give that another go. So either knees, elbows, or hands as you lower. Finding the cobra. And switching back into the downward dog. Just going to do that through one more time. Find your appropriate transition into your cobra. Breathing in as you lift. And breathing out as you lower. Alrighty, so from here, can we find a stick? I'm going to work on some oysters to work the muscles around the side of the hip. So if we use the stick to monitor posture, we're going to bring our hand here and here. Bring the knees up in front and lift from the waistline. We're going to point the toes and roll the knee back. Keep rolling the knee back, squeeze, and then flex the feet. So as you point your toes, roll your knee back as far as it will go, squeeze your bottom, and try and keep your hips quite steady. So that's our level 1 option today. Keep the lift in the waistline. Level 2 option, we're going to reach the toes, control the limb on the way down, and then fold the leg back in. More advanced option, once you've mastered the technique there, then we do it from the bottom elbow in a side plank for people who are doing more advanced training. And we do that twice all through on this side. So last one. And then let's give that a go on the other side. So knees up in front of the hip. If you lift from your waistline, point through your toes, rolling the knee back, squeeze the bottom, flexing the feet. And let's do that again. So we point the toes, roll the knee back, and then flex the feet. Can we keep the hips steady? Can we keep the waistline lifted? So, for people doing level 2, we have that reach through the toes, using the feet, and over time, working towards a more advanced level as we add more stamina work through the upper body at the same time. The elbow directly underneath the shoulder, and a sense of pressing the shoulder blade down away from the ear. So we're just going to do that through twice more on this leg. Great for working the muscles around our hip. And those muscles nice and strong. So resting off, let's come down onto our backs. And we're going to slide the fingertips again into the curve of the back to help monitor the core. We pull the belly button muscle in. And we're going to do a little crisscrossing action, so a little quite balletic today as we come up. They call it grand battement when they're up in the air, doing it standing. So crisscross your legs as you come up and down. Now usually there's a point where it gets a bit tricky and it's harder to maintain pressure on the hands. So notice where that point is for you. To make it more advanced, you can move the feet a bit further away from the body. And over time, more advanced, you do it as a straight leg. Pointy toes as you do it. Breathe. You roll your shoulders back and open your chest and your collarbones. I'm going to do that one more time. Alrighty, and then from there, just give your knees a cuddle. We're going to rock ourselves up and move up to standing for some quad stretches. Maybe have a drink. So if you keep your stick attached to your back, and we're going to take hold of the foot. Can you get your knees together rather than the knee poking in front? Heel to your bottom. So good squeeze, pulling the chin in and pushing the back of the head into the stick. So our first level, I'd like you to concentrate on that. Now you can either stick with that, or if you want to test balance as well today, see if you can keep your heel on your bottom and add some forward lean, aiming your upper body and the thigh horizontal. For more advanced, we then add some lift and wobble. Welcome the wobble. So let's give that a go on the other side when you're ready. The idea is to transition gracefully with control or something like that. So knees together, heel to your bottom. Can you push your hip bones forward for me? Draw the chin in, think about your posture, elongate up through the crown of the head, and then adding lean to test balance for level 2. Can you keep your heel on your bottom for level 2? How far forward can you go? More advanced, we add some height through that back leg, lifting, breathe. Alrighty, and then let's do some work for our arms and our upper body. Now, try with some weights that feel appropriate for you. Maybe a couple of kilos, gradually building up over the weeks and the months. So I'd like you to hold them in your hands, pull your elbows slightly back so your elbow is slightly behind you. keeping the elbow back, opening your hands, now squeezing your shoulder blades and adding a little tiptoe rise and then coming down. So let's do that again, adding tiptoe rise and then extending the arms for next level. And I want you to be as steady as you can in your ankles. Notice, do your ankles sickle like that a bit? Try to squeeze them inwards as you do it. So again, extending the arms, squeezing the ankles, and then coming back in and down. Now for more advanced level today, we're going to add some rotations. So I'd like you to come up, out, and then rotate, looking towards the hand behind you, moving to the middle, and coming back in and down. So again, tiptoe, coming up, extending, turning, moving to the middle, and coming back in and down. Do that twice more. Breathe. How steady can you be in the ankles? So final one. Alrighty, good job. Can you find a stick again? Have a drink, now's a good time. Let's keep topped up. I'm on my turmeric melon coconut tea today that my little recipe I've done as part of our mini habits challenge this month. So challenging people to find something that's simple to do every day, that's good for your health and your well-being, but something that you can do consistently throughout this month. So that's my own challenge to myself. Let's move into all fours posture. So head, shoulders, tailbone against the stick. I'm going to extend the leg out, and I want you to see if you can lift it on the one side. Hold, reach your toes quite firmly. And as you're reaching your toes, oh, there goes the stick. We're going to reach the opposite arm away from the leg, or at least that was the plan. Let's try that again on the other side. So lifting the leg, get some height on it, and really point your toes quite firmly. And then once you've got that, opposite arm reaches away and coming back in. Let's do that on the other side. So we lift, get some height on the leg, reach your fingers, reach your toes quite firmly. Add some fold for next level. Now try not to drop the thigh as you bend the leg. Let's give that another go. So we extend, fold, reach, and come back in. Let's do that again. So we extend, fold, reach, and come back in. And do it again. Stick giving me stick this morning. Can we do that one more time on each side? The idea of the stick is it's a good test of our core stability. So, one more time. And then I'd like you to find your downward dog again. So we're going to lift up through the tailbone. This time we're going to give our toes a good stretch. So I want you to flex your toes like this. And actually, as you're flexing, push down quite firmly into the ground. We're going to bend. So the heel is coming over the toes. And then release, going into the downward dog. Pressing the heels down, pressing the heels out. So there's effort going into the stretch. Do that again. Flex your feet, lift your heels, bring them right up to give your toes a good stretch. And then extend, press your heels down. We're going to walk our hands and our feet towards each other and hang loose here, bringing our nose towards our knee. Deep breath as we hold. I'm going to do one more core exercise before we move into our stretch and our relaxation. So if you can pop down to your back for me, I'd like you to take your feet quite close into your body. Your belly button in, point your toes, bring your knees towards your chest. Now as you lower the legs, try not to let your back go into overarch. So knees towards you and avoiding the back overarching. Draw your belly button muscle in. Now if that's doable, notice my feet are now moving further away. So just bringing the knee above the hip. Controlling on the way down by keeping the core muscles engaged, drawing the belly button muscle in. Level 3, we start to move the legs a little further away. Now it's tempting to kind of speed back up when the going gets tough. Like when I get to this point here, I get the shakes. So notice where your shaky spot is. Can you slow it down through that point? Makes it a little bit more interesting, but that's where we get that strengthening effect. It's easy to skip over when the going gets tough, like anything in life, right? So good life skills. Just do that one more time. So last one. Have fun with it. And we're going to straighten the legs. Arms up over the top of the head. Hands together. You point your toes. Bring your upper arm towards your ear. Arch your back and take a deep breath. And use this as your breathing space. Close your eyes. So, giving our glutes a stretch next. We're going to bring our right leg over our left like this and let the knee push out. So we're going to slide the hands behind the leg. Use the hands to pull the leg in towards us and use the elbow just to push that knee out and away. Deep breath. And then for more advanced, we're going to take hold of the feet, bring the feet to the floor, push the bottom knee down, push the top knee away, or you can stick with that first version. Try and open your chest if you're doing this one. Deep breath into your belly. And let's give that a go on the other side. So left leggy over the right one, hands at the back of the thigh. Use the elbow to push the leg out there. Deep breath as you hold. Easing the leg in. So again, either staying this version or can you get hold of your feet? Feet to the floor. Bottom knee down, top knee pushing away. Deep breath. Alrighty, so let's relax off, and I'd like you to just pop your hands on the top of your belly. Close your eyes. And just give yourself a little virtual pat on the back, if you like. Showing up and getting the exercises done today. Well done, you. I was thinking earlier, kind of difference between, you know, someone who sort of pokes their fitness and health and well-being and core exercises and strength, you know, like the difference between someone who pokes their exercise with a stick and doesn't really give it the attention it needs versus someone who does it like their life depends on it. And the reality is that for some people, actually, their life does depend on it. So just noticing the different mindsets and how that mindset kind of can really influence the amount of effort that we put into this life-changing and life-saving stuff. So all those little mini decisions we make each day add up to our bigger picture of health or well-being. Moves us away from the cost of being poorly. Just being thankful for that awareness of having that healthy lifestyle. Just thinking about how all those little mini decisions that we make meal by meal, kind of workout by workout, what goes into our mouth, what's going on in our mindset and our movement can all add up to the bigger picture of our health and our well-being. Taking a moment to think about how our little mini decisions add up to that sort of ripple effect. Our decisions affect others around us. Way to open your eyes and just have a little think as we stretch about how the exercise you've done today has helped you feel. How are you feeling differently now compared to the start of the class? Take the stick behind, so if you can just walk your hands towards each other, and I want you to grip and pull like you're trying to pull the stick apart, and then we're going to turn the head so we look over the shoulder of the elbow that's down. Deep breath. And let's release, and let's do that on the other side. So if this feels like a really tight muscle for you, usually when we're doing personal training, we'll do 3 to 5 repetitions of this, usually holding for about 5 seconds each. So, you know, one of the things I measure when we're doing the personal training is what the difference is like on the 2 sides. And then from there, we get a strategic process together to influence that. So I hope you've had a great session today and look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.